Hello everyone, I welcome you all for the new session of this video. This video related to the study of population and settlement for class 7th geography lesson 3. In this video we are going to see the following objectives. To know the population, races and their classification, to learn about the different religions, to know about the major languages, to know the favorable condition for settlement, to understand the rural and urban settlement, to recognize the classification of settlement. And these are the objectives we are going to learn in this lesson. Let me start the lesson. Before going into the lesson, we will have a basic thought of the word population. Population means the total number of persons inhabiting a country, city or any district or area. In this lesson particularly we are going to learn about population geography. What is population geography? It is nothing but studying the people's characteristics and population density, which includes natality and mortality. This population density is calculated with a natality and mortality, means birth rate and death rate. Okay, and also we are going to see about the migration. Migration means moving from one place to other. And next, the first title of this lesson is races. Races means different races defined as a biological group within the human species, which means human races can be defined by their head shape, facial features, nose shapes, eye shapes, etc. So here we are going to see the major world human races. We are having 4 major world human races. The first one is Caucasoid. Caucasoid is known as a European race, the European group peoples. This group people have fair skin, dark brown eyes, wave hair and narrow nose. So this future people will comes under Caucasoid. So they lived in European area. Okay, and next is Mongoloid. So this type of people will be found in Asian and Asian American race. These people will have light yellow to brown skin, straight hair, flat face, broad head and medium nose. So this category people will comes under this Mongoloids. And next is Negroid, have a dark eye, black skin, black woolly hair, wide nose, long head and thick lips. They live in different parts of Africa. And next is Australoids, have wide nose, curly hair, dark skin and shortened height. They lived in Australia and Asia. So these are the major world human races. And next we are moving into races of India. In India we are having only 2 main races. The main races are Dravidan and Aryan. So Dravidan's origin is in northern India. When these Aryans came into India, the Dravidans are pushed to south. We know the south people are ruled by 3 kings, Chera, Chola, Pandyans, and they comes from the Dravidan family. So these 3 kings are South India was dominated by these 3 Dravidan kings. Okay, so Dravidan languages are Tamil, Telugu, Kannada, Malayalam and Tulu. So Dravidans lives in southern part of India. Because of this Aryan coming to India, they are pushed to south and they started ruling the south part. And next we are going to see religions. So religions means a particular system of faith and worship which bring human being with the human society. So the religion is making a people to be in a group. So Christians are all in a group and Hinduism are in the group. So we know that we are having many religions and Indian peoples are following many religions. India is called as a religional country. Okay, so the title itself giving a meaning that we are living under the religions. Every people are living under some religions. Okay. And classifications of religion. This religion is classified into 3 categories: universalized, ethnic religions, and tribal or traditional religions. So these 3 categories are classify the religions. Okay. And next, we are passing to the language. So we have splitted the people by the way of religions. Likewise, the language talking people are being in the group, and they were communicating with each other with the language what they know. So all the group of people will know the same languages who settle in a particular place. Okay. Language is a great force of socialization. For communication purpose, we are using this language. So if I am communicating to somebody else, that communication should be understood by both the persons, isn't it? So the language is very, very important while we are communicating to each other. Language either in the written or oral form. So here, languages of India, Indian official languages Hindi and English. India government approved 22 scheduled languages, and these are the 10 toppest spoken languages in India: Hindi, Bengali, Marathi, Telugu, Tamil, Gujarati, Urdu, Kannada, Odia, and Malayalam. These are the 10 most spoken languages in India. And next, we are moving to the main topic: settlement. Settlement. What is settlement? You are settling in a place is called a settlement. So we are settled in Pondicherry, right? So here the settlement is a place where people live and interact through activities. So they are settled there and they are interacting with the activity. For example, if a farmer want to farm a place, means he has to be near to the river area, water area, right? So that is called settlement. So that particular man will be settled near to the river area and the fertile lands. Okay. So settling is a place where people live and interact through activities such as agriculture, trading, and entertainment. The rural settlement is a community involved predominantly in primary activities such as agriculture. We know that agriculture area means it's a rural settlement, right? Rural area. So this agriculture people will be settled only in the rural areas. Urban area. What is urban area? It is called as town, city, or something else, and where the people are shifting from the rural area for any activities like business or industry work or banking. So that area is called urban area. So they are moving. This facility, industrialized trading and banking will be settled in a city or town. So the people are moving from one area to other area for the purpose of their activities. Okay. The rural settlement tend to have a small population and low population density. Urban settlement often have large population size and high population density. So in rural area, only few peoples will be present in that particular area. So it has small population, but urban area is a city, it's a town. So the many people will be migrate from rural area to urban area. So there will be a large population. Okay. And next we are passing to pattern of settlement. So in this pattern of settlement, we are having two: compact settlement and disparate settlement. So compact, what is compact? The word itself giving a meaning for it. What is compact? It is a compact one. It is a settled one. So this compact house will be a house which is built very close near to the next house. Okay. And this is very compact. All the houses will be in the same format and same pattern to give facilities to the people in a same category. But this way is not like that. The houses will be have spaces in between one house to other houses. And next, rural settlement. So already we have seen the people who are based on agriculture will be settled in rural area. Why they are doing this work? So if they want to do this work, they have they want water bodies, isn't it? They want the water bodies. If the water body is not there, they cannot do the agriculture. So this particular person who is interested in agriculture will be settled near to the water bodies, like rivers, lakes, and this. So wherever he finds water, if the water and the land near fertile land, so the land should be a fertile one. If the farmer founds agricultural land with proper fertile and nearby he founds the water, means he will be settled there to do the agriculture. So this agriculture area is called rural settlement. So the farmer will be settled. So that settlement is called rural settlement. Okay. And next is pattern of rural settlement. So here we are having 4 patterns of rural settlement. One is linear settlement, rectangular settlement, circular settlement, and star settlement. So we are going to see one by one. And next is linear settlement. Linear settlement. All the rural settlement develop in certain patterns, and the main pattern is linear. This type of settlement develops along the highways or railway line, or along the canal or a river in which all the houses are built in a line. See the image, all the houses are built in a line. Okay, so this pattern is called linear pattern. And next is about rectangular settlement. So rectangular settlement, this type of settlement generally develops at the crossroad, and the houses are built side by side, leaving narrow lanes and by lanes. Okay, so this is a houses which is built side by side. And next is circular settlement. See, these houses are in the circular. How it's found as a circular? Because due to this pond, due to the water area, the houses are built near to this. So where it is found? It is in the desert area. So I'll be explaining this. This type of settlement generally develop around the lake or pond or an oasis in the desert area. When the people settle around such a water body, it automatically takes the shape of the circular patterns. Okay, and next is star-like pattern of settlement. See the image itself showing that this city is in star shape. This pattern is developed on the site and places where several road converge and house spread out along the side of road in all directions. Okay, and these are the patterns of settlements. And next we are moving into the urban settlement. Urban is related to city and towns. We all are in urban area. So classification of urban settlement. The definitions of urban area varies from our country to another. Some of the common bases of classification, how they are dividing the areas by saying that this is a rural and this is a urban. So size of the population, by seeing the size of the population, occupational structures, and administration. With this 3 types, we are classifying the urban settlement. And see the title of this slide. One is town and one is city. So how the rural comes into town? So by seeing the population more than 5,000 people, and seeing the functions like administrative, academic, etc. So if the people found this type of functions in this area with the 5,000 population, that area is called town. And population more than 1 lakh with multiple function is called city. Okay, next we are moving into mega city. So city is a one which have a population more than 1 lakh, but here we are going to see mega city. Mega city is a very large city, typically with a population of more than 10 million people. Okay, so more than 10 million. See next is about satellite town. The satellite town is a town designed to house the overpopulation of a major city but is located well beyond the limit of the city. So due to overpopulation, some peoples are creating houses in the outer area of the city with all facilities. So that area is called satellite towns. And smart city. And next is smart city. Smart city is a city which very much advanced in terms of infrastructure. So this is all about the people and how they are living in the different infrastructure. Thank you for watching the video.